Tonight, trafficked from Somalia to London, Mo Farah's shocking journey to the UK. Well, Mo was helped by a teacher who spotted the signs that all was not right, but how many other children in the capital could this be happening to? Also ahead. Good evening. It was at London 2012 where Mo Farah's success on the track made him a household name, except that wasn't his name. In a new documentary, Mo tells the real story. He was born Hussein Abdi Kahin in Somaliland and brought to the UK illegally, aged just 9, under another child's name. It was thanks to his huge talent and the kindness of a teacher at his college in Feltham that he was able to escape life as a domestic servant and eventually become a British citizen, inspiring a nation. Well, this evening, the Met Police said it was assessing allegations made by Mo, but that no official reports have been made to them. Antoine Allen has the story. Well, earlier today, the Mayor of London thanked Mo for shining a spotlight on these awful crimes and showing why safe passage is so important. And I'm joined against trafficking. Patricia, thanks so much for coming to talk to us about this. This story, what happened to Mo, it is so shocking because he's...
Yeah, I think that's right. Thank you. It's so courageous that he's done this and so important for child victims of trafficking place, which means that these sorts of crimes, if there's any suspicion that children may have been trafficked, they must be reported into the National Referral. Trafficked into the country, as Mo was, they may have been trafficked in transit somewhere along the way, passing through many countries.
For Mo, you know, it was happening in Hounslow for him. It could be in every corner of the capital, couldn't it? Ultimately, though, he was Alan Watkinson. Now, were it not for that, he could never have escaped the line.
It's important that all adults around children and young people are aware of a bit disorientated. Parents, in quotes, didn't visit, didn't...
Looking out, and as the Mayor says, shining a light on all this will encourage children to come forward and to speak out. Patricia Durr, thank you so much for talking to me this evening. Thank you. Some other news. Grant Shapps has dropped out of the Tory leadership race. He will end. London is bracing itself for the hottest day on record. The rare amber weather warning issued by the Met Office for Sunday has now been extended to next Monday, where temperatures are likely to reach the high 30s. That could lead to speed restrictions and cancelled trains, as Network Rail says tracks are at risk of buckling. A miserable few days for commuters then, as Simon Harris reports. Well, from travel chaos ahead on the railways to continuing disruption at airports, Heathrow bosses have decided to introduce a cap on passenger numbers. No more than 100,000 people will be able to fly from the airport each day. Our senior correspondent Ronke Phillips is at Heathrow this evening. Ronke, bad news, or more bad news for people trying to get away on holiday this summer? Still to come, Sally will be here with more on that amber weather warning. But first, the Grenfell inquiry has heard some harrowing detail over the last 4 years, but none sadder than the final moments of those 72 people who lost their lives in the fire. This stage of the inquiry looks at how, when and where each person died. Today, hearing the stories of the two families who lived and died on the 22nd floor. Rags Martell reports. The ITV News continues with the national and international stories at 6:30. Here's Charlene. Now, Olympic gold medalist Tom Daley has been awarded an OBE. Well, from Windsor Castle to West End royalty now. Between them, my next guests have been in more than 50 stage shows, and now they're adding another to that list with a Cole Porter classic. Sally is here. Sally, it's almost 6:30. It's still 28 degrees outside. It's going to get a bit cooler tonight.
Around 20 degrees, which would make it a tropical.
And Sally, I bet you're grateful of the aircon in here because you've been in the heat all up.
We've got a cup of tea around here. You look very the heat.
I do, but I know it's going to get very hot. It's quite difficult to sleep as well.
I know.
I struggled. Oh, I struggled to talk. I struggled to sleep last night, yeah.
I know. It is gorgeous. And my in-laws have been there from North Yorkshire, and I hadn't even been today. I finally...
That slide. That is it. We are back with the latest after ITV News at 10. Next up, Charlene has the ITV Evening News, but from me and the rest of the London team, bye-bye.